Good morning, garage sale game hunting fans. My body did not want to get up this morning. I probably got like 3 hours of sleep last night, got up at 7, and it's been 6 weeks, actually more than 6 weeks, since I've been garage sailing and had to get up at this time, so just not used to it. I saw one sale online that had posted that they were supposed to have a lot of video games, but the sale had started yesterday and Friday. It rained all day yesterday, actually pretty hard in the morning. Get to the sale this morning, and they're just setting up, and they had actually had it set up yesterday and did the sale, and they said some people came by, so I'm like, all right, there's no way I'm going to get any games. They said they only sold 2 games yesterday, and they had probably 60 games. Granted, for all the different systems, most of them were for like a 8 to 10-year-old girl, but I did manage to pick up a light blue Game Boy Advance SP 101 model, no charger. And then on the Wii, I got Wii Fit Plus, Just Dance 3, and Wii Party. All of that, the 3 games in the system for $15. It was like $3 a game, and then I just offered, to make it sort of a round number, I said, hey, 15 for all 3, so $6 for the SP. It's, like I said, it's been a rainy last couple days. I don't know if there's really going to be many sales going on today, but at least the first one was a score. So now I will drive my happy ass around town and try to find some more. This garage sale right over here, yet again, a decent amount of games, probably like 15 to 20 different PS2 and PC games, but nothing really that interesting. But for 50 cents a piece, I got Risk, Global Domination, and Need for Speed Underground. So I mean, at 50 cents, I really couldn't pass them up. The other ones they had some Tony Hawks and a bunch of like sports titles, but this sale actually didn't list video games, they just listed electronics. So I just took a shot and drove a decent amount of time to get here, probably about 10 minutes from where I was. So that's also kind of why I picked those 2 up. I just felt like I had to buy something for driving that long. That is probably going to be the find of the day, a red Wii, the Mario 25th Anniversary Edition, complete in the box with quite a bit of extra shit shoved in there too, which I'll show you when I get home. Back at a sale right over here. I just got a couple PSP games. We have Manhunt 2 and Dissidia, Final Fantasy, Dewey Decimal. Both of those are complete. $3 a piece. I don't have Manhunt 2 in the PSP, so I'm probably going to keep that for myself. And then at a sale like 10 minutes ago, I got a couple strategy guides for $1 each. Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2, both in really good shape. He had the games, but he didn't want to sell them. And he had some PS1 games. He said he still had like all the Final Fantasies on the PS1, but he didn't want to sell them. When I asked about them, he's like, because those are worth a lot of money. And I kind of paused, and I was like, they're not really worth that much. Any of the Final Fantasies on the PS1 aren't really worth very much. I mean, 7 is between $20 and $30, like on the high end now, normally, at least on eBay. But he said all the other games he had on the PS1 or PS2 or whatever, he had already sold either on Amazon or eBay. I forgot what he said, but anyway, that's it from like the last 45 minutes of driving around. It's 10 o'clock, after 10 o'clock now, so probably going to start heading back home. You never know what will happen when going to garage sales. Last garage sale of the day, this entire bin for $30, full of shit, no joke. Conkers Bad Fur Day is in there, Castlevania 4, lots of good shit was in this bin. I am back in the car again, and now it's after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Earlier in the day, I was at a sale asking about, games, if they had any video games available, and one of the other people shopping overheard me. The older guy, and he asked, what kind of stuff are you interested in? I said, anything game-related. He said he had a slim PS2, and he mentioned it was a white one, and he knew that that was a less common one. He had said that someone told him that they had got it in like a gaming competition. They had won it in a competition, and apparently it had like 40 or 50 games with it. So we exchanged information, and he ended up calling me about a half hour ago, went over to his place, and ended up getting a pretty big box of PS2 stuff. There's the really nice condition ceramic white PS2, the matching controller. There's around 40 games in there or so. Nothing mind-blowing. In fact, the best game in there happens to be like the only one that doesn't have a case and manual, and that's Operation Genesis, the Jurassic Park game. But almost all the other games are complete and in really nice shape. Some are sports titles, some are Guitar Hero, some are Dance Dance Revolution. There are a few interesting ones, you know, some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff, but I'll kind of show you the better ones once I get inside. But it ended up being $43. He was originally asking for $50. I had $43 in my wallet. I went to his house not knowing, you know, how much he was going to want for it all. So we ended up agreeing on an odd $43. But the cool thing that's also in there is one of the portable TVs you can attach to the system. So that was a bonus. I had no idea he had that. I'll show you all that stuff in a second. Actually, in a little bit. Seconds for you. I'm going to go take a nap for like an hour because I'm fucking tired. Before I go over all the stuff I got, I'm going to show you this kitten. Aw, no. I'm going to announce this week's game giveaway. Since I'm back home doing the garage sale stuff again, I'm going to give away games again. So this week I'm going to give away an NES game. All you have to do to enter is be subscribed. Give a thumbs up to the video you're watching right now, so thumbs up this video, and leave any type of comment you want in the About section below. It can be what you found this week, it could be whatever, it doesn't matter. So be subscribed, thumbs up this video, leave a comment down below. You're entered in to have a chance to win an NES game. And you'll have until this coming Friday at midnight Eastern Standard Time to do those 3 simple steps. Be subscribed, thumbs up, and leave a comment. Alright, so let's recap this crazy day. Everything you've seen so far has been in order of how it happened. I'm not going to go over the few kind of crappier things I found earlier in the day, but the extra stuff that came in the red Wii box was a Wii LAN adapter, a Rocketfish one, black Wii Remote with the Wii Remote Plus adapter, and, shit. Well, there's the Mario game in the sleeve, but it also had the Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, which I believe are over on that shelf. And then the pickup, the $30 crazy-ass bin pickup. I'm coming home, and hi, cat. I'm coming home, and a block away from my house, I happen to see a garage sale. I stop off at it. I ask, hey, do you have any video game stuff? And the guy there kind of abruptly was like, no, we don't. Anything you see is what we have. It kind of felt like they were done and wrapping up through the day, and he just was kind of not wanting to talk to anyone anymore. So I was like, all right, well, thanks. And as I was turning around, one of the women that were at the sale said, either my son or my brother, I can't remember what she said, but she said, oh, he has a bunch of all those games in storage. But they weren't talking to me, they were talking to each other. And I was like, what games in storage? What do you mean? And then she said, I asked what type of games, and she just said Nintendo 64. I said, well, I'd definitely be interested. So she went in the house, apparently asked the guy they belonged to if he would even be interested in selling them, because she didn't know. And she comes back outside, and I'm expecting the, no, sorry, he doesn't want to sell them, or he wants, you know, keep them, or whatever, the normal thing. And she says, he says $30, and it's yours. I was like, great, that sounds great. I was willing to take, you know, a chance on an N64 with some games for $30. I mean, that's a good, you know, solid chance price. So then he comes out of the house 2 seconds later as we're sort of talking about it, and I find out it's in a storage unit about 10 minutes away, and they can go get it. I had offered to drive him there, like right then, but they said that he would be able to go get it shortly. So then I realized that this is becoming a long story, but the end of the story is he went to go get it. He called me about 45 minutes later, really fast, really surprised that they actually did that. Came back. I drove right over to his house. Like I said, I live a block away. I see the big bin sitting on the front porch. And I walk up, and before I even get to the front porch, he opens the door, literally hand him the $30. Didn't even open it up because I could see it was see-through, so I could see all the systems, and they're scattered across the floor like they were in the earlier clip. But Dreamcast, Genesis Model 2, an N64, Super Nintendo, an original Nintendo, a Game Boy. Out of the systems, the only one I can't get to just play is the original Nintendo. I can get a picture to come up, and all of the games I tried on it will freeze at different points, or certain things won't show up, so the pins are a little screwed up inside. Other than that, it's a decent Nintendo system. All the other systems work, including the Game Boy. Like I said, I didn't even go through the bin when I was at their house, because I live
so damn close by, I figured I'll just take it home, 30 bucks, I'm happy. And I actually wanted to go through it while I was on the phone with Aaron, and I'll actually pick this stack up first, because I wanted to see if there was some good shit in there, I wanted to be on the phone and have it, like, be a surprise for myself and for him. And the second game, I think, second or third game I came to was Conkers Bad Fur Day. And I screamed and laughed my ass off, because this is the first time I found a Conkers at a garage sale. And after you break down how many items were in that bin for 30 bucks, this is less than $1. So that was pretty awesome. And then GoldenEye 007, South Park Rally, Namco Museum 64, then quite a few not so amazing 64 games, Monopoly, I'm not even going to show them, NASCAR 99, FIFA, some wrestling, Ready to Rumble 2, or Ready Rumble Boxing, Ridge Racer 64, Cruisin' World, and then there was a few Genesis games, all loose cart, Paperboy, Aladdin, Sonic 2, Home Alone, Taz, Miss Pac-Man, and Jurassic Park. But the Super Nintendo games, there were quite a few really decent ones in there. Super Metroid, Porky Pigs, that's not one of those super decent ones, but Porky Pig's Haunted House, got Link to the Past, SimCity, NHL, Castlevania 4, Star Fox, Super Mario World, and Mario All-Stars. So the Super Nintendo lot in here had a decent amount of very nice games in it. And then the NES games, only a few, Metroid, Blades of Steel, Mario 3, Hogan's Alley, RC Pro-Am, and Excite Bike. Surprisingly, no Mario and Duck Hunt. And the system did come with a zapper. Granted, you can use the zapper with Hogan's Alley. And I think that, there was a Super Nintendo cleaning cart in there. So that goes down as one of the most surprising, awesome finds, because, like I said, I didn't look at it at first. I just handed the money, and I knew that regardless, even if all the systems were broken in there, 30 bucks for some broken, Super Nintendo, N64, and Nintendo would still be a fair deal. But that was definitely one of the coolest finds for me ever. And to find a Conkers Bad Fur Day, a Super Metroid, and Castlevania 4 and stuff all in the same bundle was pretty crazy. Now, that PS2 bundle, I'm not going to go through every single game, because honestly, over half of them are pretty shit. Sports titles, Guitar Heroes, Dance Dance Revolution. There is that disc-only copy, I think this is it right here, of Operation Genesis. Of course, out of all of them, only like 3 games didn't have the case and manual, and that was one of them. Jaws Unleashed. There were a few sealed games in there. Out of the sealed ones, I would say the best is probably Future Tactics Uprising. Some of the other sealed ones were, I think, the Harry Potter games. A couple Turtles games were in there. But here is the screen in the box. Intech, 5.4 inches. It works. I tested it out, and the screen, it's in really nice shape. It doesn't look like the person used it. They probably just kept it in the box. But that's pretty cool. I don't own one. I think I'm just going to hang on to it, because they're not like incredibly super rare or valuable, but they can go for 20, 30 bucks, sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower, but it's just sort of a cool little thing. And then the ceramic white PS2, only issues which I can get off are 2 little black marks on the underside, but I bet you I could remove those, because they're not scratches, they're just like marks from something. I had a few other pickups this week I wanted to show you. First, this happened on Thursday. It was raining, I was bored, so I went to a couple local pawn shops. I normally do not have much luck at pawn shops or thrift stores in my area. There's so many people that are going looking for video games that it's really hard to actually find anything. But I was very pleasantly surprised to see this stack of games. Well, there was a lot of games, but these are the ones I picked out. all these games fell between $2.99 and $6.99. So the most expensive game in here, one was $7. All the other ones fell in more like the $3 to $5 range. We have Lego Lord of the Rings, Epic Mickey 2, Call of Duty Ghost, that was the most expensive at $6.99 or whatever. Grid, Batman Arkham City, Command & Conquer Tiberium Wars, Command & Conquer Red Alert, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Mario Galaxy, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Rayman Origins, Need for Speed Carbon, Saints Row 2, and Far Cry 3. I know some of those, the trade-in value is like triple at GameStop of what I ended up paying for them. So that was a pretty unique and incredible deal to get at one of my local pawn shops. This next pickup, I have to give a very big thank you to my friend Chris. So thank you very, very much for hooking me up with the deal you gave me on this stuff, man. First off, I was very happy to get this. This is going right into my collection for sure. Copy of Double Dragon 3 complete in the box. And the box is in very nice shape. We have Mario RPG, Super Punch-Out, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64, Mega Man 1, and a very light Mega Man 3. I knew the condition of all this stuff. He sent me pictures and everything, so... but yes, a very pretty light blue Mega Man 3. Mario 3, Zelda 2, and I'm keeping it in the bubble wrap because it's in such nice, shiny gold shape. And a copy of Mario 2. So again, Chris, thank you. Thank you very much. And the last thing I have to show you guys is a really nice little bundle I got from a guy named David. He informed me that he had found a bunch of boxes, amongst other things at a garage sale, but a bunch of boxes for some Super Nintendo, NES, and like Game Boy games. Wanted to know if I needed any for my collection, and these were the ones that I needed. We have, I'm just going to hold it like this. We have Gradius 3, Super Smash TV, the classic yellow Metroid, Mega Man 3, Adventures of Dino Ricky, and Super Mario Land 2, which he actually threw this in, and then Super Mario Land. So, awesome deal on that. I'm not sure if he would want me to mention the price, but basically, I couldn't say no. He had some other boxes that he wanted to keep, and then he had some he already sold. He had already sold the box for Evo on the Super Nintendo, which I figured that one was going to go really quick, but awesome hookup price for those. And they're, like, mint. Like, there's not a mark on them. Like, almost, like, did you make these? Did you make these, David? No, I know you didn't. But they're incredible shape. Some of the nicest NES and Super Nintendo boxes I've come across in a long time. So thank you again very much, David. Thank you all for watching. Turned out to be a pretty friggin' epic return to the garage sales after 6 weeks of being out on tour and not having a chance to go. Again, reminder, enter this week's giveaway. Have a chance to win an NES game. Just be subscribed, thumbs up this video, and comment down below. You can let me know whatever you want in the comments section. Doesn't matter. And thank you all for watching. I will talk to you later. Peace.